Hey there, science explorers. Are you ready for your 5 minutes class? Let's begin. So did you know that everything around us is made of matter? That's right. Your toys, your yummy snacks, the air you breathe, even you are made of matter. We call these forms the states of matter. There are 3 main states of matter. Can you name that? Notice how this ice cube keeps its shape even when I move it around. This block of wood also keeps its shape. A chair, a table, your house, they're all made of solids. Anything that you can touch and hold is most likely a solid. Pause the video here if you want to make a guess. If I put the ice cube on the stove and heat it up, it will melt and turn into water. And when I heat the water up even more, it boils and turns into steam. If a liquid evaporates or changes into a gas at a very high speed, we can often see the liquid turn back into a solid as a type of gas called dew. Adding cold takes energy away from molecules, making them move slower. Look, here's some water evaporating off this strawberry. The salt molecules and the water molecules mix together. But if I were to look really closely, I would see small parts of the salt still floating in the water. When you can still see the different molecules that make up a mixture, we call it a heterogeneous mixture. Can you see the tiny water droplets forming on the leaf? That means the water changed from a solid to a liquid, and then from a liquid to a gas. And here's a super cool fact. Matter can exist in different forms. Watch what happens when this ice cube melts into this juice. The ice cube changes from a solid into a liquid and mixes with the other liquid. You also learned how matter can change from one state to another. Remember, anything that takes up space and has mass is matter. And there are 3 main states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. When this happens, the molecules from the 2 substances mix together. When 2 or more different types of matter become one, we call this a mixture. First up, we have the solid. A solid is a form of matter that holds its shape. A solid stays the same size and form. Next, we have the liquid. A liquid is a form of matter that flows and takes the shape of its container. Look at this water. It flows and takes the shape of the cup. Now pour the water into a different container, like this one, and it takes that shape. A gas is a form of matter that is invisible and has no definite shape. Gases spread out to fill the space they're in. The air that we breathe every day is mostly made of gas. When you heat water until it boils, it turns into steam, which is also a gas. Even though we can't always see gases, they are still matter. Milk and juice and even honey are all liquids. And now it's time for the gas. Now that you know the 3 states of matter, let's look at how matter can change from one state to another. Here I have an ice cube again. An ice cube is a solid. Now let's go backwards. If I take the steam and cool it down, it condenses and turns back into water. And if I cool the water down, it freezes and becomes ice again. So that means the steam turned into a liquid, and then the liquid turned into a solid. Isn't that awesome? And here's a quick tip. Remember, adding heat usually makes molecules move faster. Now let's think about what happens when 2 different forms of matter get together. This is an example of a homogeneous mixture, which means the molecules are evenly mixed. But look what happens when I add salt to this water. Now you know lots about matter and the states of matter. It's time to keep being awesome. Please follow our channel for more fun and educational content.